So we're going to have a scalp treatment with Alfaparf. So what's your procedure with this?
So this is a gentle exfoliating scrub.
Yeah.
So we're going to apply this to dry hair, add a little bit of water, emulsify the product in, and it turns into a foam.
Yeah.
And then we just shampoo, we rinse it out, and then shampoo. It's just apply.
So about how much do you apply?
Just straight through the scalp, really.
Yeah. Do you do that straight from the tube?
Straight from the tube.
Yeah.
The product actually isn't touching your scalp, it's the nozzle isn't touching it.
No. So out of one of those tubes, how many heads would you say would you?
I think really 3-4 heads.
Yeah.
Because it's just, even though it's applied to dry hair, just pop your hand up a little bit. It's applied to dry hair, but once you start adding the water, then it turns into a foam.
Yeah.
And then you massage it all the way through. I'd say definitely sort of around the nape of the neck as well.
Yeah.
So that's sort of,
it's where you sort of like have to sweat a lot.
Yeah, you get a little bit of congestion around that kind of area. You don't really need to use a lot of product. The product goes a long way.
Smells lovely. What's the ingredients of it?
So inside the product you've got actually little tiny little particles, and they are biodegradable particles. They're kind of like little small volcanic rock minerals.
Yeah.
And they just gently just lift the skin, so it's really good for people that have got kind of like quite dry scalp, or people that maybe have like hair extensions and the extensions are coming out to be refitted.
Yeah.
It just makes the hair, it kind of like unblocks that hair follicle a little bit, and just makes the hair feel fresher. So it just removes any kind of like debris, dry skin, product build up, anything like that really. But it isn't really suitable for somebody that's got maybe an oily scalp, because you would kind of stimulate that hair a little bit, so it would kind of help to, it would produce more
oils.
So it's not really for anybody that's got an oily scalp, or somebody that's got quite sensitive skin as well. The last thing you'd want to do is kind of like start massaging and adding more extra blood to the surface. It's not really for people that have got sensitive skin. But apart from that, it's a really nice, refreshing treatment for really most people. It's suitable for really most people.
Yeah.
And it's quite instant as well. You don't need to leave the product on. You just add the water, just slowly keep adding more water, and just makes it turn into more of a foam.
Yeah.
And that's when you kind of work it into the scalp. This is the bit that kind of, this is the important bit really, because this is the bit that massages it all in and helps to kind of invigorate.
So this is more for the scalp rather than for the hair?
Yes. This is the first step of the treatment process really. So
Yeah.
we start the whole of the treatment, this whole scalp range, it does start with the skin, with the sort of scalp itself.
Yeah.
Then as you kind of analysing the hair, then you can sort of work out which treatment, as in mask or treatment that follows, depending on the hair itself.
Yeah.
But actually just at the moment we're just concentrating just on the scalp, which is just the first step.
So how often would you say, as a professional hairdresser, that people should have an exfoliation of their scalp?
It's kind of down to individual needs really. You will see a real obvious difference in the first treatment.
Yeah.
The scalp feels cleaner for the client, but actually visually you can see instantly the scalp does feel better.
Yeah.
But I'd say you could start off maybe sort of like once a week, just for the first couple of weeks, and then just as and when really.
Yeah. So this is something that people can do at home as well, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a home care. It's a professional and home care. A lot of our salons, what they do is they maybe take one of these scalp products off the shelf, apply the first treatment for the client themselves, and the client gets to take the rest of the treatment home.
Yeah.
And then follows on the service at home, which is quite a nice way, because then it's a fresh product for each person, and they've got that retail product to use themselves. They know how to use it as well, because you've shown them in the salon.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. That's a really good way of thinking it like that, isn't it?
Because it's their own individual product just for them.
Yeah.
But it's a really nice product. It rinses out really easily as well. It doesn't feel gritty. It's just really nice. Your hands feel nice afterwards.
Yeah.
It doesn't dry your hands out. and then the hair is literally then ready to proceed with whatever scalp shampoo that you use, or whatever Lino product you want to use afterwards.
So even if you haven't necessarily got a dry scalp, it is still good just to get rid of sort of everyday build-up of products and grime and
dry shampoo.
Yeah.
Root sprays as well. People use a lot of root sprays now. It's really nice, and it does stain the scalp.
Yeah.
So it's a really nice way just to kind of make the scalp feel fresh again after the products you're using at home.
That's actually really good, especially if somebody is coming to have a colour done in the salon, and they've been using root spray, because as much as you can say it doesn't affect the colour, sometimes it can. It's happened to me, where I've been doing a client's colour and their colour hasn't quite taken as how it should have done, and I think it's just because they've been using root spray, especially in lockdown where they've been using it for ages.
Absolutely. Well, these root sprays are designed to be waterproof, rainproof. They do put a little coating on the hair, so that does need to be removed, otherwise it can definitely put the blocker between sort of professional colour and sort of absorbing into the hair properly.
Yeah, because they're kind of like sweat proof, aren't they? And all that.
Yeah, that's kind of the purpose of them, but Right, we'll get you a nice shampoo now.